Good morning, peoples. Well, this video is going to be quite long as I'm just going to recap 2024. I think I had something like 149 nights out camping, and I'm going to try and do a bit of a recap of the whole year, but I'll have to break it up into a few parts. Anyway, let's get into it. G'day peoples, and welcome to part one of my recap of 2024. So sit back and enjoy your coffee. Hey, shower tent is up. Small park, $10 a night. And pay the man in the camp. Camped on a bank overlooking the river. Just line up the slots. The panel is in. That was a failure. Got a new 2000 watt inverter. Hey peoples, down here at Burgess Park, just overlooking Christmas Creek. Yeah, met up with Jeff, so we'll spend a couple of days down here. Okay, we've got a little fire pits that come with the site. So we've stacked all the wood up into a little pyramid style thing, got a little bit of paper in underneath it, so should light fairly easily. Just a simple match. Look at that, job done. Okay, now pulled up and camped at Darlington Park. Yeah, looks like an awesome spot for me. Morning peoples, down at Black Rocks Campground at Bundjalung National Park. Apparently there's a total fire ban on at the moment, so we won't be having any fires. But it's raining, so you wouldn't have one anyway. Well, you got to wonder. Gonna need a bigger barbecue. I've just pulled up at the Jumeric River. There's a little section along here where you can camp. Just out there behind me in the middle of the river is the southernmost point of Queensland. Anyway, here I am at the southernmost point of Queensland. And down the bottom near McIntyre Falls. Looks pretty spectacular. Slippery as. Yeah, now just going to head into the limestone caves at Ashford. Quite cool. Like a screw in there. Now, so, oh yeah, icy cold. Oh, I think I might have found Wah Gorge. I'm now at Basket Swamp Falls, and I don't think I've ever seen this much water in it. Oh, magnificent. Oh, can't get down there to have a look, so we'll head off out of here. And now checking out Morgan's Gully. Some of it was actually hand dug. Oh, you're not going to believe this, but a leech. Oh, that's one for the record books. No, I'm not going to say it. And now it's time to check out Bald Rock National Park. Well, weather's turned to crap. Yeah, just had a quick overnight visit to Undercliff Falls. So a little bit more water than the last time I saw it. So with all the rain overnight, this could be quite interesting to get out of. you say anything about me not putting the front hubs in right at the start, it's because I had to do a sharp turn on mud and grass going uphill, and if the wheels were being driven, they would have started spinning and it would have basically turned left and would have had me sideways across the slope facing the wrong way. So that's why I had to try and let the front wheels steer until I got into the right direction, and then I could put the hubs in and hopefully drive out, and it seemed to work. Pulled up to camp at Gill Weir. Alright, we're now heading into the Mount Moffat section of Carnarvon Gorge National Park. So we're 1,222 metres up. So I used to bury the bodies in these caves. And this is what they call the chimneys. Welcome to Lake Nugga Nugga. Life's not meant to be this hard. Pulled up here at Lonesome Lookout. Well, that sucks. Looks like I better do an axle seal change. Well, $421 for Go Juice, and we're on our way. Yeah, not a bad campsite, but it's getting fairly overgrown. But it does have a great view. And we're at John Shepherd Lookout. That didn't take long. Listener broke already. And this is a replica of the Stinson. Sorry dude, didn't see you there. Yeah, looks like they closed the climb. This week we're going to head up the beach and camp north of Noosa. So going to meet Jeff up there, and should be a good few days. Looking forward to it. Not much else to do but sit back and relax. And of course watch the submarine races. Well, looks like this is the sinkhole that took out the end of the Inskip Point. Well, set up camp at Kinkuna. Well, apparently some people don't like me showing my man boobs and have suggested I wear a shirt, so okay. This little camping reserve, it's just upstream a little bit from a new weir, which is called Rookwood Weir. So I guess you call it Rookwood Weir Camping Reserve. But it is. So I think that the camping area used to be out there where it's actually now flooded. Fairly solid looking wind chimes. One big roof. Yeah, keen to check out Lily Lagoon. Might get to try out my new snorkeling gear. Oh. Yeah, this is the famous Combo Waterhole. Would have been a pretty nice spot to camp in the day. I've always wondered whether old mate had help jumping in. Getting a bit washed away in the middle on this one. Yeah, just pulled up on the side of the road at a place called Eastern Creek. How's this? 62 tyres, 12 spares, and I worry about my tyre bill. Just having a look at the old Golflander diesel train. This is Chris at 8.63 metres. Would be little more than a snack. Hey, caramba! Yeah, pretty much undercut. Just walking down to the campsite of the Burke and Wills expedition. I think they're camp 119 or something. This is the last camp they had before they made a push for the Gulf and got to the ocean. It appears that this tree, number 12, is the one they all verify. Right beside this little bit of a mud hole. Anyway, that's our history lesson for today. Well, after a nice little dusty drive out here, I've pulled up at Leichhardt Falls, just above the falls themselves. So we're not really sure whether it was safe or not, but had a quick dip, and then a bucket bath, and then another quick dip. So hopefully there's no crocs on top of the falls, and they're only just down the bottom. Not a breath of wind. So it makes for some nice reflections, but she's a wee bit warm. And this is the famous Leichhardt Falls. Here's a fairly long view of Leichhardt Falls. Another a bit closer view from the bottom of the falls. You can feel the heat. I guess you can see the heat as well. Well, I've arrived at Gregory Downs and gone down to the little camping area down below the bridge. But got a nice little spot right beside the water, so I'm not too sure whether you can swim in here or not, although there is a set of steps going down there, and there is a swing on the last campsite. But I'll have to do some more investigation and maybe get out with the torch at night and see if I can see any eyes. There's quite a crowd, and this is after the early morning exodus. Sure is crowded though. Well, another change of plans. Dad's got crook with asthma and he's in the hospital, so I'm going to head south. Gonna need a bigger straight. We're out at a little lookout above Chinaman Creek Dam, which is in Cloncurry. Had a phone call with Mum and Dad earlier, and looks like Dad's fairly good, so no need to rush back to Emerald, which is a good thing. But I'll sort of stay down in contact till I make sure before I head north again. Yeah, we've got a bit of an eagle there. Cool little dam wall. Wonder how deep this is. Hope there's no holes in it. Yeah, we're at Clem Walton Park, which I think is this little Corella Dam or something. And it looks like I found myself a nice little spot on the water. It's freezing cold, there's a biting wind, it's only like 12 degrees. And I'm here at Mary Kathleen, or the old township. So this is where they had the uranium mine, so I'll go in and have a look. It's a most intense blue colour. Absolutely awesome. Oh, the biting cold wind is making my eyes water. And this is the remains of the Rosewood Weir. Welcome to Fountain Springs. This is the waterfall and the pool at the bottom. The spring is over in there. Let's have a look how cool this is. Oh, wow. Biting. Oh, 9 degrees. Alright, let's get into this spring. $27 degrees. And best of all, got the whole place to myself. This is living. Cheers. Hiya. Oh, that was a wee bit awkward. I was skinny dipping at the pool and heard a car come, so I headed back down the path back to my car, which is fairly hidden, except that the couple that were in the car drove right in behind my car, so I had to walk straight at them. So there wasn't really anything I could do. I just had to keep on walking back to get the shorts out of my car. Anyway, they didn't seem too worried about it. And actually, as they left, she giggled and said, "See ya." Anyway, slightly embarrassing. The old Wee McGregor railway line tunnel. So up there in the distance is some mining areas. Back through the tunnel we go. Yeah, pretty cool little walk through to the other side of the hill there. I've now walked down to Sun Rock, which is supposed to have some Aboriginal art on it. Hey, there must be blokes. Moon set at sunrise. Hey, I slammed down on the side steps on the way down, so just filled in a couple of rocks. I only got one chance at this, I think. Well, made it. Good morning, peoples. Today we're at Warrigal Waterhole, which is just east of Mount Isa. So we're going to go and see if we can find some Aboriginal engravings and paintings and stuff. I remember coming here about 30 years ago and found these rock paintings with engraving into the rock. Yeah, high up on a ledge overlooking the water. So they're still here, but the painting itself is getting fairly faded now. And this painting behind me has fairly well stood the test of time. Looks just as good as it did back 30 years ago. See, there's some engravings on the rock there. Pretty sure there used to be a water symbol somewhere. And what have we got over here? Actually, I think that's new stuff. Along with the smiley faces. That is not original. So you can see where they're actually mixed up the ochre for it. Trying to find the three sisters is quite daunting. There is tracks everywhere. And none. Looks like a waterfall comes down into a level section, down into another pool, then into another pool, and down onto the ground. And you can see Mount Isa in the distance. So it might be close to town, but it's a world away. Camped out here at Lake Moondara. So it doesn't look like a bad spot. I did spend a bit of time getting everything I could, all the rubbish from around the place. There's nappies and I don't know how much dunny paper. So I'll set fire to that a bit later. Try and get rid of most of it. Yeah, it's not a bad spot at all. Well, I've just left Mount Isa, starting on the longest street in Australia. So apparently Mount Isa to Camooweal is a street because Camooweal is a suburb of Mount Isa. So apparently it used to be the longest street in the world until a few years ago when somewhere else made a street longer in the States, I think. Hey, we're out at Camooweal Cave, so we'll go and have a look. That's a little Naureni cave. And this one is Great Naureni Cave. And this is the Billabong at Camooweal. There's dozens of caravans further down, but I managed to find a spot on my own for a little bit. G'day peoples, well this is the end of part 1 and I'll continue on in part 2 shortly.